I tried to like even something about Two Crows from Tacos, but I just couldn't. There was nothing about this that worked for me. This is a 1956 Warner Brothers cartoon, directed by Friz Freleng and written by Ted Pierce, and we have voices provided by Don Diamond and Tom Holland, and we have our two Mexican crows once again, Jose and Manuel, and they're singing songs, and then this grasshopper comes along and torments them, and they have a lot of fun with it, but they don't realize always the grasshopper's outwitting them. And honestly, I didn't like it, and I think it's because I hated the characters of the crows, and that's not usual. There are other cartoons that feature Jose and Manuel, and honestly, I don't normally mind them. In fact, some of those cartoons I think are quite interesting. There's one with Elmer Fudd that I particularly liked, but in this one, they were just not very good characters, not very well written characters either. The voice acting was absolutely fine, the design of the characters, the animation is fine, but just what they did, the way they behaved, I just thought was. It felt a little bit awkward at times as well, very caricatured, I think. And while that in itself is not something I'm always bothered about, it felt like they were trying too hard. And by doing that, it just became a bit ridiculous rather than entertaining. And I just didn't care for it. And the narrative wasn't that interesting either. I mean, fair enough, a grasshopper, that's not the most usual character to feature in one of these kinds of cartoons, so that was a little bit different. But honestly, I thought the narrative was stale, the characters weren't interesting. Nothing wrong with the quality of the animation or the voice acting, but I didn't care for it. There was nothing about it that worked for me. I did try, I promise, but I can't lie. I'm not going to pretend I liked anything about it, because I didn't. Two Crows from Tacos, needless to say, is not one that I'm going to recommend.